So good afternoon to everyone. I'm Roberto Iacoviello from RAI R&D, and we have 30 slides in 15 minutes, so I will try to do my best. And by the way, this is semi-automated digital humans production for improved media broadcasting. This is the carousel video and audio innovation that shows how video technology has evolved from real image, no voice, and to real person, real voice, digital animation and real voice, and nowadays synthetic human and synthetic voice. The concept of synthetic humans, has been a constant in human imagination from the mythological stories such as the legend of Pygmalion to the to Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. I mean, this concept has spanned time. Nowadays, not only persists, but it has been amplified by the advancement in the technological landscape. In the entertainment industry, synthetic humans are used as virtual anchors in documentary and film production, thanks to the ability to recreate historical characters, but it's in the social media that virtual influencer has gained a lot of attention. The primary objective of this work is to retrieve the geometry and also the appearance of humans, leveraging RAI archive, trying to minimize as much as possible the human intervention. The requirements, of course, we don't have Hollywood budget. Moreover, we wanted to have to obtain a workflow that seamless how can I say, integrate with our legacy workflow, legacy broadcast workflow, and we want also to reuse the asset that we produce. Just to give you a bit of context, I mean, this is a workflow that we developed in a project for the IBC. IBC is the International Broadcasting Conference, and we have resurrected the legendary opera singer Maria Callas. And here, as you can see on the left, there is the model creation. In the middle, there is everything related to the animation stuff, for example, body animation, facial emotions, and lip sync. And then we mixed everything in Unreal. And the output was a 2D video, and we also had a live demo on a volumetric LED wall. The focus now is on the 3D model creation, and we search for videos in RAI archive. Then we selected informative frames. That means, for example, frame with the face with various orientation. Then we work on to improve the quality using super resolution network, and then we'll build the 3D face, we reconstructed 3D face using Blender. But as you can see from the video, this was a manual process. So the aim of this work was to automatize this process, the 3D model 3D face model creation, and also to obtain high quality texture. This is the complex workflow that we have developed for this work, starting from the automation of the 3D mesh creation, and also we deployed a service because with REST API, because we wanted to, integrate with the previous workflow that I showed you. Then we work on the generative diffusion model, in particular stable diffusion to generate the texture. And then we work on different flavors of blending texture together in order to improve the quality. All the assets were integrated into Unreal, and then we did a lot of objective and subjective evaluation. This phase we do the 3D face reconstruction, and to do that we develop a Python script in order to automatize all the process, to simplify and automatize all the process. So this script is a Python script that leverages Face Builder, that is a plugin in Blender, and it gives in output the 3D mesh and the texture, and this is fully automated. In this phase, we transform the 3D mesh in a meta-human. We skeleton in Unreal, and of course it's possible to customize with MetaHuman Creator, and also eventually to animate it with MetaHuman Animator. So we face some problem with the texture in the 3D EdMesh generation, and this is because the face builder has some constraint. For example, it needs high quality of the picture, and also it needs color continuity, and also lighting continuity, and also it needs face with a different orientation. And as you can probably imagine, videos from Rai Archive, especially old videos, they are low quality. There are color discontinuity between picture in different videos, and also non-significant angles, and so on. I mean, there are many issues. So to overcome all these issues, we decide to use generative AI, in particular Stable Diffusion, to produce the pictures. And this is the other complex workflow that we have deployed for this project. So we use Stable Diffusion with ControlNet and OpenPose to detect the poses, and then we fine-tune Stable Diffusion using LoRa, that is the low-rank adaptation training. So, as I said, we use LoRa to insert new concept inside the model, and we fine-tune on a dataset with 100 pictures, for example, of Maria Callas, leveraging realistic vision checkpoint. This is ControlNet. ControlNet can, condition the noise predictor to information such as human poses, and we use OpenPose that is the key point detector. And this is an example of picture generated with all these in output of this workflow. And this is the comparison between the texture obtained with the original picture compared with the texture obtained with picture in output from the Stable Diffusion workflow. So when we moved the 3D EdMesh to MetaHuman, something bad happens. I mean that the geometry is adapted to the structure of the MetaHuman, and this may result in loss of characteristic features. So we did a lot of work on trying to improve this texture. By the way, the texture we can extract the texture from MetaHuman that we call MetaHuman base texture. So at this stage, we have three kind of texture: the base texture, the MetaHuman base texture, the one generated with the original picture, and the one generated with Stable Diffusion. So then we work on different flavors of mixing this this texture together, and we came out with three solutions: Photoshop, because it allows you to play with the, play with the opacity and overlay of the layers; Procreate, that allows you to, that gives you advanced tool to manually refine the texture; and also Blender. Blender is our semi-automated solution. So this is the test result. We have the objective evaluation using the constant similarity, and subjective evaluation with 46 participants. Our dataset was made with 9 subjects, 9 characters. The constant similarity is a metric, is a similarity, calculate the similarity between two vectors based on the angle between these two vectors. And we use arc face and retina face to extract 106 facial landmarks, 106 vectors. And here the result. This is the evaluation between the best picture from Stable Diffusion versus the original one, and on 9 characters. And as you can see, the average cosine similarity is 0.65. And just to let you know, I mean, when it's greater than 0.5, this means that two people are the same person. So this is a good score, and this score is confirmed by the subjective evaluation, because if you can see here, we are summing the highest score, that means score 4 and score 5, and we got 92%. It is confirmation of the objective evaluation. This test is about the 3D head mesh. Here we are comparing the 2D projection, of course, of the 3D head mesh with the original one. And by the way, the texture for the 3D head mesh was made with Procreate, blending the MetaHuman-based texture with the one obtained with picture in output from the super resolution step, the stable diffusion step. And in this case, the score is we got a low score, 0.36, with cosine similarity, and this is due to several factors. For example, the skin reflectance, the inconsistency of lights, and also because in the original picture, the subject is not always in the frontal position. The subject evaluation, we got a better result, 64%, and probably this means that the subject, the people, I mean the tester, have recognized the resemblance with the original picture. This test is about the texture creation method, the best texture creation method that suits better MetaHuman. And in this case, the competitor are the original face builder and original AI. That means the texture is made with original picture, and in the other case with stable diffusion. Then we have two methods of blending with Blender and with Photoshop. And in this case, we are blending the MetaHuman-based mesh with MetaHuman-based texture with one generated with stable diffusion. And the last three are a mix between the MetaHuman-based texture with the one obtained with the picture of stable diffusion. And in this case, the best performance is 29% with Procreate. That means the people like the blending between the MetaHuman-based mesh with stable diffusion and with a manual edit of the texture. So in conclusion, we have the image generated by stable diffusion demonstrated significant similarity with the original one. We did a complete automation of the 3D face reconstruction process. By the way, we got a loss of facial geometry information to the conversion between the 3D head mesh and MetaHuman. Future work, it's the exploration of alternative solution to MetaHuman, for example, character creator, the optimization in the use of generative networks. For example, the idea is to output directly the texture and not just the pictures. And by the way, coming out a lot of new 3D generative networks that are able to reconstruct the 3D heads starting from 2D pictures. And that's all.